Hello, this is Lalit, and today I'm going to take you through my bad design journal. I'm talking about how to improve user experience and addressing usability issues in various mobile apps and websites. So basically, I'll be talking about three usability issues which I have discovered. One is related to a mobile app, the second one is related to a website, and the last one is uh, related to voice-based interface such as Alexa or HomePods. So the first one I would like to talk about is a cluttered mobile app interface. So the app I've discovered is the Taskmaster, and it has a really cluttered interface with too many icons and various text blocks on the home screen. It makes it really difficult for users to use features and also locate effectively where the features are located. I feel I myself felt overwhelmed looking at the application when I opened it first time, and I was unable to differentiate between the various tasks, and there was no visual hierarchy in the app as well. So as you can see, this is one of the page from Taskmaster. So as you can see, uh, like there are various buttons. There's some text written, and even on the top beside the TV, those are buttons as well, but you can't really understand that on first glance. So this kind of a UI is really hard to navigate, and there are so many various buttons with no real and moreover there's no feedback when I press these buttons. It just takes me to the next app page. um, so basically on this mobile app there were various H.C.I principles violated. First was the visibility of systems status. So on the Taskmaster app, it's a kind of like a game where you perform various tasks, and the cluttered design with various elements such as buttons, the text boxes which are designed in a weird fashion, all of these obscure the status of the current task, and also the timer is not really visible clearly. And the next principle is simplicity, which is one of Norman's principle. I feel that the interface of Taskmaster, it lacks simplicity and it's really overwhelming the user instead of actually guiding them through the app. So as a user, I could not really understand on my first try like which button to press and what button would take me where. So I felt really overwhelmed while using this application. And we know that, as I mentioned, this design, it clearly violates Norman's principle of simplicity, which emphasizes that and puts a lot of importance on a clear, understandable interface that doesn't overwhelm the user. So I feel I have few recommendations. So one is to redesign the app, like where we can simplify the home screen by reducing the number of icons and increasing the size of the icons for the better visibility, and also maybe changing the how the text areas and are displayed, so that it's easier on the eyes of any user. And furthermore, I feel that there must be a better use of color and typography, where uh, I think the developers should use better color schema and vary typography to differentiate tasks and sections. Because what I had observed in the app was most of the font used throughout the app, no matter if it's the button or is the text or is the submenus, was all the same, and it was really confusing to at first glance. I feel a more streamlined interface with clearly defined sections and larger touch targets were required, and a focused color scheme to distinguish between various tasks would actually better the app by a large amount. Next, I would like to talk about complex website navigation. And we all have been using Amazon since many years, and we know that it suffers from having an overly complex and dense navigation structure. Like, even though I've been using it for several years, I myself have difficulty sometimes locating specific product categories or the offers on the product categories due to the sheer number of options, submenus, and filters. And I feel the filtering and sorting option in Amazon is honestly one of the worst I've seen in the shopping websites. It is really complicated. So this is the screenshot of the Amazon website. As you can see, the search bar really works well, but the submenus lead to furthermore submenus, and that again leads to another submenu. And this is really complicated and it's hard on the user, and it's not really user friendly. So I feel that there are some H.C.I principles violated. One is the user control and freedom. It is from Nielsen's heuristics, and I feel that the complex navigation restricts user control, and it also makes it hard to navigate the website efficiently. And this uh, the issue which directly violates the user control and freedom heuristic advocates for clear navigable interfaces that actually empower the user rather than confuse them. I have few recommendations. One would be to streamline the navigation by reducing the number of tabs and clearly categorizing the tabs, and maybe use a better font and uh, touch areas. Other than that, I feel that they should highlight key sections like special offers, and if there's any sale such as a Black Friday sale, those should be prominent and easy to understand where the section is. So I feel that the layout of the website must be simplified and have an intuitive navigation structure with clearly labeled categories, and maybe a prominently featured special offer section, or um, maybe when they have a sale, have a prominently featured sale section as well. Next, I come to usability issue 3, which is ineffective voice-based interface feedback. So we all know the smart home assistant such as Alexa or Apple HomePod or Google Pod for that matter are all voice activated devices, and they often fail to provide clear feedback to user commands, and which causes confusion about whether the device has understood what I'm saying or is processing the request, or is that actually, or didn't it actually turn on. I face this issue many times with Google Assistant as well, because when I'm hands free, it doesn't give me a beep to know that it has processed my request or even heard it. So I end up just checking my phone again to see whether the Google Assistant is on or not. So this is one of the visual description. Sometimes I really get frustrated with the Alexa device and mainly the Google Assistant on my phone. So I feel that it has violated the offer informative feedback uh, design principle, and the device failure to provide clear feedback violates this principle, and it leads to a poor user experience in the end. And I feel that this kind of violation is of the rule of offering informative feedback, which is crucial for effective communication between a user and device, is often lacking in most of the home assistant devices. I feel that uh, these devices can be should have a better auditory feedback, like where it provides an audible confirmation or status update after receiving a command. So Google Assistant for that matter had a beep whenever it turned on, but for some reason Google has disabled that, and that leads to a lot of frustration on my end. And also for devices with screen, I feel they should include a visual indicator that the device is actually processing the command with some UI elements that will actually improve user understandability of what the device is actually doing. Uh, these were the three usability issues that I had discovered, and that will be all from my side today. Thank you.